Do you feel actual physical pain in your chest when you think someone is mad at you? Do you spiral into thinking your friends secretly hate you just because they didn't use an emoji in a text message? If you have ADHD, people might have told you you're too sensitive or too dramatic. But what you are experiencing is likely not standard anxiety. It is something called rejection-sensitive dysphoria, or RSD. It affects nearly 99% of adults with ADHD, yet almost nobody talks about it. I'm Karen McGee, a certified RTT hypnotherapist. Today, we are going to walk through the 3 specific signs that differentiate RSD from anxiety. And I'm going to explain exactly how we begin to heal this in the subconscious mind. First, let's break down the name. Dysphoria comes from the Greek word meaning difficult to bear, and that is the key difference. Anxiety is usually annoying or worrying. RSD is unbearable. For the ADHD brain, rejection, real or imagined, is processed by the nervous system as a life-threatening event. It's not that you can't handle criticism, it's that your brain interprets it as physical danger. Sign number 1 is the instant mind read. Let's say your boss sends you a message that says, "We need to talk." In a neurotypical brain, they might think, "I wonder what that's about," and move on. But if you have RSD, within 3 seconds, your brain has written an entire tragedy. You haven't just made a mistake. You've been fired, you're losing your home, and you are going to die alone. You don't wait for facts. Your brain fills in the gaps with your absolute worst fears immediately. This happens because the ADHD nervous system lacks the pause button that allows us to regulate emotions before we feel them. Sign number 2 is the most important way to tell if it's RSD or anxiety. Where do you feel it? Anxiety is usually heady. It's racing thoughts, what ifs, and worry about the future. But RSD is pain in the present. Many of my clients describe it as a physical punch to the chest, a stab in the stomach, or a feeling like the wind has been knocked out of them. If a comment from a loved one causes you to physically curl up or feel like you've been wounded, that is a hallmark of rejection sensitivity. It is a biological storm that hits you all at once. And finally, sign number 3, the chameleon effect. Because this pain is so unbearable, you have likely developed a brilliant survival strategy. You become whoever you need to be to avoid rejection. You scan the room, you check the vibes, you suppress your real opinions, your real laugh, maybe even your real needs, just to keep the peace. You become a people pleaser, not because you are nice, but because you are afraid. It is a safety mechanism. So, what do? Standard talk therapy is great, but RSD happens faster than your conscious mind can think. By the time you try to logic your way out of it, the spiral has already happened. In RTT, we go underneath that reaction. We look for the root cause, usually a moment in childhood where you learned that being myself is dangerous, or I am only lovable when I am perfect. We don't just talk about the symptoms, we pull out the root so the trigger stops firing. I want to know how many of us are here. If you related to the physical punch feeling I described in sign number 2, just put the letters RSD in the comments below. It helps others see they aren't alone. And if you are tired of wearing that mask and being a chameleon, I have a video right here that explains how hypnotherapy actually rewires these deep-seated emotional triggers. Click here and let's start healing that wound.